Okay, let's see. Usually at first I tried to ask for a camera and then realized I had to share with like 2 or 3 people in one week, which gives you such like limited time to make your movie, and that just makes it so much harder because time is so important to make a film. So I have to usually try and ask my friends to borrow their own cameras instead of using the school's camera because I can't rely on that and I can't just have one day of shooting for something that is just not going to come out the same way. You know, it's and I've seen that difference. I've seen it when I used a school camera and I made a film in one day, and then how bad it was compared to the one I did when I actually used my friend's camera and I had a couple days to do it. Like I said, also the lighting equipment, you know, like lighting's really important, and even though, you know, you can pull off outdoor lighting, sometimes, you know, it's, if you want to make a more detailed, you know, more detailed story, which involves like being inside or being in a dark room or even like a night shoot, you know, it's like, how can you do it if you don't have good lighting or if there's some missing? So I've had that happen, and then I've had my tape end up being scratched because from the camera I borrowed from UCI, and so when I was so proud of this short I made, and then when I showed it, it just was screwed up, and it ruined the whole movie because it was like cut in half, kept like shaking, and yeah, and everyone I talked to, I was like, what happened? They're like, it's the camera, basically. It did that to a couple other people in the class too, so.
So I have a Canon XH-A1, a high definition camera, which I thought would be a great investment, especially now that the HD market is in full effect. I think it's very affordable. I'm still paying it off. I say affordable because I'm pretty sure a school would be able to afford something like that. But anyway, that's another topic. So I got myself a camera, and I told myself, well, now that I have this camera, I need to put it to good use, you know? So once I started getting more into the classes with production, the video production, the studio arts that I had, it required some extra time outside of class to film, to shoot. And so I used my camera, and then even my friends, you know, whenever they need a camera or whenever they need it, they use me as a resource too, because the film department is kind of, you know, lacking in most of the equipment.
The equipment that they give you is great for starting off. I mean, it is. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back and learn the equipment and then move forward. But when it comes to the advanced class, if you want a higher quality, you're not going to find that great of camera in the list of rental equipment that we hand out. If you want higher quality, you're going to have to go elsewhere. Either rent or borrow or buy, which that's the last resort if you can.
I found myself as a better resource than the humanities resource pool, which, again, you know, I mean, I don't know how many times I could say this. Thing is, I just don't understand, you know, I mean, the studio art department has very good equipment, and, you know, why is it so limited to just them when we're in need to?
So I'd like to use some advanced equipment, but to get that I have to ask friends or like go find people that have this equipment that don't even go to school here, or they went to school and they don't go to school here anymore and now they have equipment, or you have to rent equipment. Like to get equipment in Clear Trevor you have to be a minor, and you have to take 10 extra classes, and as a transfer I didn't have time to do that.
Since I think the film department is very close, and so whenever one person has the equipment that another person may need, we definitely use each other as resources as well. But the thing is, sometimes since we all have, I would say, projects, since we all have something to do at the same time, it makes it hard. It makes it hard for the person to find equipment, do the pre-production stuff, and make sure that, you know, that they're familiar with it. Because prior to that, maybe they had no experience with it. You know, so I would say definitely use the resources, and we need more resources in that sense.
To overcome these obstacles, I had to spend money.
Do you have money?
Do I have money? Not anymore. No, you work hard, and again, this stuff shouldn't just be served to you. I mean, I'm not complaining like, why don't they give me everything? You know, why don't they give me everything? Film is a business, and you work hard for it. You work hard to get the money to buy film equipment. I mean, that's a given. But again, when it comes to just necessities, to have a production class and not have the necessities, camera, lights, that's very hard. You know, so I personally had to buy my own camera to get the quality that I wanted. And again, really good film equipment is extremely expensive. I couldn't buy a Canon A1 HD camera for $3,000. I just don't have that money. That's rent. The rest is food.
After I got here, I realized that, you know, film was something that I really wanted to get into. So having a small camera, not even HD, not even 3CCD, which is what we have in the humanities department. We have very low quality DV cameras, right? So I figured, you know, if whenever I get the chance, I would seriously consider it an investment to buy a camera, at the very least, of something that I could use, get familiar with, since the equipment here wasn't that adequate, or it would be hard for me to find equipment because it would be taken out by other people.